Welcome back. You're tuned into Midcap Radar, and a couple of midcaps which are buzzing around. Asahi Songwon as well as Akshar Chem should come up for you. Both of them have seen a sharp uptake. In fact, stocks from the broader markets have seen a bit of a surge. Asahi Songwon sitting at the high point of the day with a gain of almost 7%, most of which has come in the last 5 minutes. But another stock which is on our radar is Shilpi Cable. Remember, pull up the year-to-date chart of this counter and you'll see that the stock is up almost 200%, most of which has come since April. The stock up 250% since April. That's the intraday chart. Pull up a longer time frame and there you can see it, 367% gains in the last 12 months itself. So the management, Mr. Manish Bhatt of the company joins us to detail what kind of growth we can expect going forward. Mr. Bhatt, if you could tell us what is it that this company is doing in terms of revenue growth, because if we look at your revenue growth in FY16, it's higher by almost 600 crore, while if you look at all the other companies in the cable space, none of them have shown this kind of traction. So where are you seeing this demand come by from, and who are your key clients?
So if you analyze Shilpi Cables, we have different segments, and one part of the business is the B2B, where we are present in telecom, automobile. The nature of this business is high entry and high exit barriers. So we have been working for some time and we have been getting successes, and hence that is leading us on growth. So for example, telecom, today we are supplying to each and every telecom operator in India. Automobile, we have a substantial share in two-wheeler. Now we are trying to get into four-wheeler segment. So likewise, every segment, since we are increasing our penetration and also share with penetrated accounts, is giving us the growth. Secondly, we have also initiated in this segment introduction of new products. For example, in telecom, we are now getting into antenna to ensure that we continue to grow. But another area where we have now entered is in B2C, where we have launched a brand called Safe. We started with Housewire. Now we have introduced modular switches, and we have also got MCBs. So this segment, we are presently focusing on distribution, creation of a distribution network, like an FMCG model. So we are now present in almost 18 states. So all of this, new development plus increase is giving us growth in each of the segments, leading to this growth of almost 40% year on year.
What is the kind of investment you will need for this B2C segment, Safe?
So put together we envisage an investment of around 50 crores, in terms of building up of capex for all the businesses put together.
All right. We saw some announcements come by along with your fourth quarter numbers where the company will set up a plant in the UAE, for which y'all will have to take about $100 million worth debt. Now, if you look at the debt on your books, any which way it has increased from about 94 odd crores to 256 crores in FY16. $100 million worth debt accounts for almost 6,000 crores or 6,000 odd crores. How are you planning to do that, and how are you planning to fund it?
See, if you see the business, one is the domestic business, one is our international business. So last year we did around 1,900 crore in our domestic business, and overall we have done 3,900 crore. So this business which we are doing in international market is mostly a trading business, which we are doing in copper as well as some telecom products. Now the idea is that our stronghold is in manufacturing, and selling manufactured product. But being an SMB, and this desire of going international, we wanted first to establish ourselves. Now that we have got the market, we are converting those products into manufacturing by putting this investment there. So it's a $150 million investment, out of which 50 million is through equity and 100 million through debt, for around 60,000 metric ton of copper, which will be churned out from there. So that's basically supporting our international business.
Okay, what would your total debt be after you take on this $100 million for your UAE plant?
So, Indian operation, we have a 200 crore of debt, and non-fund based, since we deal in copper, these are for opening LC, etc. We have around 750 crore limit. So all in all, 950 crore is our limits which are there in India.
And you've utilized the entire credit limit. You would have a consolidated debt of 950 crore as of now.
So it varies from time to time depending on the LCs we have opened.
All right, a couple of concerns with regards to the promoters' stakeholding. In fact, it's come down from 75% to almost 41%. We saw a bit of an increase last quarter. What's the trajectory there? Are the promoters looking to increase stake in the company further? And what about the 74% stake which is pledged?
As far as the pledging is concerned, it is all pledged to the bank because we have a high requirement of working capital. So it's all, the bank is not for his any personal use, it's only for getting the working capital for the company. Yes, the promoter stake is at 41%. 10% is with the trust, which is owned by the company. It's almost 51%. And I think 4 to 5% more share is given as an option last year, I think, which is getting converted. So it will go up by another 5%.
So you promoters will increase their stake by 5% in the next 1 year from 41 to 46%.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Could you also tell us what the company's growth is going to look like on the whole for FY17 on a consolidated basis? Last year, it was a 21% top line growth. What should we expect for the next year or the current year that we're currently in?
See, looking at each of the segment and the incremental things which we are doing, I don't see any reason why we can't continue with the growth which we have been maintaining so far.
All right. Thanks a lot for joining us and giving us all those details. That was Shilpi Cable. The stock up 250% in this since April itself. But sipping to a short break, coming up on the other side.